he had a different opinion, but Prof Mills, insisted that he wanted me, and so here I am.
And also I find it intriguing, especially from what I've just said, that you feel this urge to forge a closer link between the campaign and the party.
Yes.
And also from what you said before, what do you see as the health of the party? I must confess I've been very impressed with the level of activity I've seen in your headquarters since I've been here.
That's right.
But you've been involved much more.
Yeah, well, the level of activity goes up when you're running a campaign, so it might be because the campaign is on. But I do think that past the campaign, we would manage to maintain, interest in the party, organize the branches so that people are active. And if we win, we would put in some form of financing, like I said, for political parties, so that it builds their capacity to be able to, serve the purpose that the Constitution has created for them, being the vehicles of democracy.
It's been widely reported that the big factor was to get a Northern running mate, both for the MPP and for NDC. I was very struck when you mentioned, before you were confirmed as running mate, that we should not only think about Northerners as running mates.
Yeah.
Can you explain that further?
Well, it's become fashionable nowadays to always have a Northerner as a running mate to the presidential candidate. And so what I said was that in our politics, the first criteria should be merit. Of course, geographical balance is important, but it's coincidental that, Northerners appear to be serving just as running mates. And I thought that, we should also be bold to go for the ultimate prize.
On these demographic factors, another point was not just a Northerner, but a Muslim. You are not a Muslim, and that was seen as a liability.
Yeah,
how did that play out?
Well, that's because in the eyes of most Southerners, they believe that every Northerner is a Muslim. But that is not the case. We have large Muslim populations, and we do have quite significant Christian populations. And there are a lot of people from the north who are not necessarily Muslim. But I don't think that religious considerations are anything that are important to me at all. I think that I take human beings on merit and not because of what faith they belong to. I think that faith is a personal belief and it shouldn't come into our politics at all. It's unfortunate that it's been introduced, but I don't think it's healthy for our politics.
I know the NDC describes itself as a social democratic party.
Yeah.
But if I might say so, my own image of you is of a more liberal person.
Well, you say that because of the programs we've run in the past, the structural adjustment programs. But you must look at the context in which they were run. They were run in a certain period of time where we had no option and nowhere to turn to. And that's why...
Does that mean a new NDC government will be more interventionist?
I think so. I think that the state has a role to play, especially in a developing democracy. We cannot just say that the private sector is the engine of growth and just sit back hoping that the private sector will take the bull by the horns. I think that government has a role to play in these initial stages in building